I'm Marc from Vera Control, and today I want to spend some time talking about locks. But before I do, I don't know if you can see the steam coming out of my mouth, I want to go inside and get warmed up. So being able to unlock your front door from your phone, that's the wow factor. That's how my wife likes to show off to our friends that we've got a Vera-connected smart home with a door lock. But for me, in my home, we'll talk about small business in a minute. In my home, for me, it's about safety and security. If anyone ever forgets to lock the door, I have it built into our good night scene, which turns off all the lights around the house, to lock the front door. Occasionally, my daughter will leave her favorite doll of the day out in the car, and she wants it at bedtime, and we'll run out to the car, we'll get it to her, and we'll inadvertently forget to lock the door. Now, you know what? It's gonna lock automatically when all the lights go off. If you have a child that gets off the school bus and lets themselves into the house every day after school, you no longer have to give them a key. They can have their own dedicated lock code, so when they get home, they type their code in, never gonna lose that, can't lose a key. They type it in. You can use that as a trigger to take a picture with the camera facing your front door, so then you get a text to tell you that they got in and you know that your child got home safely. If you have a friend that you know that's coming over to visit, you can set a lock code for them. If you have a housekeeper, a contractor coming to your house, no problem. You can set codes for them that only work at certain times of day on certain days of the week. When they're done using them, you can delete them. So the lock gives you a lot of power in your home, safety, security, and convenience, and you never have to give out keys to anybody again. Now let's go and talk about small business. So not only are there benefits for the home, there's also benefits to the small business. So let's think about it. If you use keys, each individual person has to have a key. So if it's to the front door or to an area with restricted access, each individual has a key, and you have no idea who's coming and going, who's putting their key into the door and letting themselves into a room. With Vera and a Vera-connected lock, each individual person gets their own code. Anytime that code is put into the door, it's logged. You can also put a camera facing the door, and anytime the door is unlocked, you have the camera take a picture. You now have accountability. You know who's gone in to a space, whether it be into the building, into the store, or into a server room, a cash room, an area with restricted documents. You have a log of who's come into that room and when. By having it take a picture or record video, you can also keep track of what they did in the room and who might have gone in the room with them. If somebody leaves with keys, you gotta re-key the lock, which means you need to give each individual person who has a key and needs access to that space a key. It's a pain getting everybody the key, because you know that the one person who's going to show up to work early the next day is the one person who wasn't there the day before to get their new key. It's just the way that it always works out. That person leaves, you delete their code. You never need to call a locksmith. You never need to pay the expense to have that lock rekeyed. And, you know, for people who think that installing a lock like this is complicated and difficult, it really isn't. You don't need to have a locksmith come out unless you want to. It's really a matter of removing 4 screws and replacing item for item the things that were there before. So if you had a deadbolt, you replace it with a deadbolt. If you had a lever lock, you replace it with a lever lock. And it's a 1-for-1 exchange. I'm going to do a video that's going to walk you through step by step how to install the lock, how to pair it into your Vera network, and then how to create scenes around it and how to monitor the log so that you know who's entering their codes and when. That video will be coming up soon. Now, if you want to be the first one to know when that video gets posted, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want to be the first to get the Vera news, Follow us on Facebook. If you have any questions or there's something that you'd like to see me talk about in one of these videos, email us training@getvera.com. And remember, at Vera, we never charge you a monthly fee to be able to connect to your Vera Connected home. We never ask you to sign any kind of contract. And at Vera, it's not about what we can do. It's about what you, our customer, no longer has to do.